What is going on today, guys? Good afternoon. June the 8th, Wednesday. First recap of the week. Been a hectic one. Barely getting time around to be able to make this recap for you guys. And guys, a lot of my predictions, if you stay up to date on my videos, have been coming true. Number one, oil. Look at the price per barrel now in the 120s. And I had mentioned this when it was in the low 100s to the 110 range. And look at this massive move to the upside. And this is all due to the supply issues with the sanctions that are put on Russia, where they're going to be producing less than a million barrels, or not less than a million barrels less per month, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean that's pretty massive because then that basically that supply is going to have to be made up somewhere else. And OPEC, the Petroleum Committee for exporting, whatever they're called, whatever, but they're going to have to, obviously figure out where that loss of supply is going to be made up from. And it's just been super volatile, guys, like I've talked about. And there's been quite a few names that I've mentioned. HUSA, IMPP, which I'm going to be talking about, guys. Absolutely massive move. Um, and also talk, obviously, my current holdings, talk about the SPY, talk about UVXY, and my overall outlook on the market, guys. I mean, but seriously, what a crazy market it's been. I mean, it hasn't let off the gas pedal, hasn't let off the throttle. It's been tipsy turvy, ups and downs, and I mean, everything in between. We've seen it all. So, realistically, though, my overall sentiment on the market is very bearish. I still see the market pulling back significantly, um, and I will break that into further detail why I feel that way when we talk about the SPY real quick in a second. But yeah, guys, I mean, absolutely insane. Look at Gush. Now this is the bullish ETF for oil, gas exploration, whatever. And I mean, guys, this just tore to the upside. And then you look at Drip, which is the inverse, the bearish side. This actually had a reverse split not too long ago, and it's just been getting hammered to the downside, obviously with strength in oil. Um, my overall outlook in terms of oil and when the pressure is going to be alleviated, maybe in a couple of months, maybe less than that. I mean, it's kind of up in the air. I mean, if we get that article where talking about supply and things are concrete and the tensions are alleviated, then yeah, oil's going to pull back. We're not going to be seeing absurd, like I'm in Southern California, we're not going to be seeing absurd gas prices like 750 per gallon, which is what we're seeing towards the Los Angeles region, which is absolutely insane. Is it sustainable? Absolutely not. I mean the economy should just collapse. I mean the common people can't afford this type of stuff. So I mean, overall, the oil will have more of an uptrend in my opinion. I think we're gonna see 130 plus here in the coming weeks. I'm not counting that out. That's actually what I'm projecting: 130 to 140, maybe even 150, maybe get to all-time highs. Honestly, it's up in the air, guys. It's super up in the air, and we just have to roll with the punches and see what the market wants to do, and where the buying is happening and where the momentum is shifting. So that's my overall outlook on it. I do see that pullback happening once oil pressure is alleviated, but that's not going to be for a little while longer. So if you're in an oil play, all the best to you because it's gonna pay off. If you're in a company that has nice volume, nice momentum, it's gonna work out. Um, and yeah, guys, natural gas. What a move to the downside this was today. Jesus, what a move to the downside. I believe what was the high? Saying the high was 8. I thought the high was over $9. That's weird. Maybe that was from yesterday's chart, but there was a massive pullback. Natural gas, a lot of volatility between boil and cold. Boil is for the bullish side. Cold is for the bearish side. Massive volatility. Look at 14% down on the bullish side, 14% up on cold, the bearish side. Massive volatility because there was some agreement for natural gas to be produced with let's see who it was. It was a pretty significant news article regarding natural gas. And look at this one: LNG plant in Texas to be shut for 3 weeks. Natural gas prices plunge. Huh. As you guys can see, there's so much going on. It's honestly it's hard to keep up on everything, but that's why we have these recaps. This is a really positive thing to do, and just to get an understanding after everything is said and done, markets close, we could just breathe for a second. If you're not already following the Stock Twits, guys, make sure to check it out. Drop a follow, turn on the notifications. I try to update here as much as possible and as consistently as possible. If I'm not posting my recaps, I'm always active on Stock Twits. Um, I will be more active on my YouTube videos, though. I really do apologize if any viewers out there have been looking for videos these past few days and they haven't been there. Just been a lot going on, and without further ado, let's get into it. And make sure, guys, if ever you are unsure about a play or you want more information about a stock that you're in, feel free to check out this website, finviz.com. It gives you a lot of information in detail about the company's finances, just about the company in general, shares outstanding, market cap, just the basics, and way further than that. It tells you everything you need to know. So make sure it's good to have this in your repertoire, guys, for sure. I'm definitely going to be making videos for like beginner traders, talking about my tips and tricks in the market, and how to sustainably make money on a consistent basis. Now let's jump on over to the SPY, guys. As you guys can see, we're still holding above that 400 range, which I have expected to be broken, which I was expecting to be broken these past few days, but it's just been holding up. Now, what I've noticed, so day before yesterday, I took UVXY call options, and SPY puts into yesterday's open. Upon open, um, the SPY downtrended pretty nicely. Sold my puts options, good profit. Sold my UVXY call options, good profit, and then sold my UVXY shares because that started dropping back down. But there's just so much volatility, but there's a lot of opportunity to make money in both sides. That's why I like to talk about UVXY in particular, because it's one of those names that just it gives you such a good opportunity to make money on that downside. Now, what I'm seeing here, guys, honestly, zooming out and looking at the chart of recent times, like I said, we wanted, when it was in the 390s, we wanted to see it hold that like 380 mental support, and then obviously retest the 400, which it did, and it's been holding here pretty significantly, as you guys can see. We're at 411 right now, and I mean it's a positive sign if you're bullish in the market, but guys, it's so hard to be a bull if you really take a step back and look at the market fundamentals as we speak right now. Market conditions are as choppy as ever, with commodities being at not all-time highs. It depends on what you're talking about in particular, but commodities are at prices that are just incomprehensible. Living cost is incomprehensible. Real estate is incomprehensible. I really do see a pullback in the market, and when we do see some that significant move to the downside, we could see 370, 360, even 350 in the SPY. Now, if the market just says "F you, DP," you don't know anything, you're just making up this whole inflation thing, then I don't know. Maybe SPY will head up to the 450 range again in the coming months. I have no clue though. But in general, my outlook and sentiment on the market remains bearish. So keep that in mind, guys. A lot of market fundamentals have not changed. We have been kind of just tipsy turvy for the past few days, as you guys can see. Past week or so, it's just been up and down, up and down, up and down. Still holding above that 400 level. but I really do see that 400 level being tested very soon. Jumping on over to UVXY, like I just talked about, I made good money on this. Yesterday's open that I took in from what was it? Monday close. I took it in and made good money on it. And guys, it's just being hammered to the downside, as you guys can see. Now, what I see here mainly is a lot of manipulation with this stock price, not stock, ETF price, because the SPY is at 411. I mean, it did downtrend a bit in after hours, but I mean, UVXY didn't make any type of retracement to the upside. As you guys can see, big candle wick to the downside. We're still in that buy zone. I'm still very bullish on this name. I still believe that anything under that $15 range, if you are a long-term investor, is a buy. If you're a short-term swing trader, obviously have your stop losses set, and that's what I basically have going on with this play. Is that if it doesn't unfold, because I only play this to the upside. I don't short. I focus mainly on the upside. I focus on call options, put options, but I do not short. So in terms of if you're a swing trader, you should keep a stop loss because this can move to the downside quick. There's some days it trades sideways, it doesn't move that much, and then there's some days where it moves a decent to significant amount. So expect the unexpected with UVXY, guys. I mean, it's really one of those that's heavily manipulated, but still, I'm extremely bullish. We're in that 1260 range upon close. I don't know what the exact price is upon market close, but 1264, guys. It's a pretty damn good entry, and I have no question about this going back to the upside. As long as the market reacts to exactly what is happening, right? Inflation, all that good stuff tied together, market fundamentals, we should see the market have a significant pullback, and this will be one of those names that makes a significant move. Now, jumping on over to IMPP, and guys, light off your fireworks. Cheers. If you got in on this call that I mentioned, I really hope you guys are profiting good. Um, I know, like, if my viewers, you guys will definitely smack the crap out of me for not holding longer. Um, I mean, I explained it on my stock twits that I am a swing trader, and I didn't hold, guys. That's just the bottom line. I secured. I don't even want to say the number. It was a decent amount of profit I secured. I sold in like the 60-cent range, and I don't know. I just didn't re-enter. It didn't feel comfortable for me, and that's something good to mention, guys. Don't chase. Don't do something that you're not comfortable with doing. Like, I'm telling you guys, I watch this stuff on the daily. I watch the price action of names that I like to look at. And with IMPP, the price action, it just the times I was looking at it, it was trading sideways. It didn't look like it was gonna gain traction. But then obviously with oil, a spike into the upside, this gained a lot of attention. Now I started mentioning this when it was at 40 cents. If you follow me on StockTwits, you'll remember that post. At 40 cents, guys, that is a 100% plus runner if you had sold above 80 cents. I mean, look at that. Anything here, if you sold in the 60s, if you even sold for like 3, 4, 5 pennies in the money, it doesn't even matter. If you're green, green is good. It doesn't matter. Our main focus is to at least break even and gain profit. That's the main focus, and minimize losses, of course. If losses are going to occur. That's inevitable. But guys, I mean, look at this call though. And I'm not going to say like I told you so, this and that. I'm not going to be full of myself, cuz as soon as you think that you have it all figured out, the market will smack you in the face and wake your ass up. And I've had that happen to me many times before. So there's nothing wrong in taking profit. If you took profit here and then you watch the chart as it goes up here, of course it's painful. We're human. We're going to feel that. But who gives a damn? You made money. So IMPP, guys, mic drop. I really have nothing else to say about it. This is one that I was mentioning with oil strength, low float, any penny play. And as long as oil keeps up and heads over that $130 per barrel, we're gonna see that dollar range here. We're gonna see dollar plus. This is going to squeeze like no other. Now, if I see that, right, like, because I'm watching this on the daily, I'm watching this pretty consistently, I'm gonna re-enter, but not until I know for a fact that we're gonna see some significant move to the upside. And like I said, I just didn't feel comfortable with re-entering. So, but made good money, and I hope you guys did too. Now, moving on over to my one and only holding heading into tomorrow, Integrated Media Technology Limited. IMTE. I have talked about this one in the past. This is one that I've watched closely for quite some time. And if you look in my old videos, there I've been talking about this when it was at the $4 range, way back here in early May. And as you guys can see, this thing went all the way to that $12 range. And today, off of zero news, today it just absolutely collapsed. Let me show you guys this. Check this out. Absolutely collapsed. I believe it was about 70% down on the day from the $13 high. And then it got shorted to hell. Now, what I was information I was able to find was definitely insider shorts here, definitely big buyer shorts here. There wasn't any significant news behind this drop. All I can say though is that I began to buy at right around high fives, high five, whatever. Bought at the fours, bought at the threes, and then I bought. Well, yeah, I bought at the threes. I bought at the high threes in the 370s, 380s, 390s, and I've been averaging down essentially because this is a name that I personally believe in. They have extremely good quarterly growth, and as a low floater, it's one that I really feel comfortable with putting my money on. So uh, I got 4,000 shares of this. You follow me on StockTwits. I'm very transparent about my positions. I want to show you guys exactly what is going on. And I mean, I'm down in the position. I'm down, but my average is right in like the 390, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that out. Yeah, 399. I got 4,000 shares, down a grand. I'm not sweating at all. I'm not really concerned. I see a recovery bounce coming with this name. So if you feel the same way about it too, um, I have no disputes with that, honestly, because I see this name jumping back to that 4.5, then get to 5, and then who knows from there? Because it's a very small float. There's not too many shares outstanding, so keep an eye on this name, guys, because I really do see this retracing back to the upside, which it has done in the past many times before. Just to recap, guys, we talked about oil, we talked about natural gas, we talked about what else? The market looks green. Wow, nice. Nothing significant though, guys. This is nothing significant. Very, very small amount green in after hours trading. Um, what else we talk about? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 30 grand. Still, if you're long-term crypto holding, hold it. I mean, I have a small like couple grand position in some crypto, and I'm not moving. I mean, honestly, I see Bitcoin definitely retracing back to the upside. Today it had a pullback. Look, as the low was what 29.8, and I mean back up over 30, and it's consolidating pretty damn well. And once this gets moving, it's going to get moving quick with those whales coming in and buying it up. So crypto holdings still long term, not worried about that. And talked about the SPY, talked about UVXY, IMPP, IMTE, my one holding heading into tomorrow. If you're not following my stock twits, please do check it out, guys. I'm posting as much as I can for you. As you guys can see, look at this. Um, my initial recommendation on IMPP was actually at 42 cents. If you go back a little bit, like it was just a week's time, went all the way to the 80 cents range. So as you guys can see, meditate, go for a walk, eat some food, go to the gym. Don't waste time staring at the chart. With oil pressure, this will swing very nicely to 75 cents in the coming days. Patience. And that is as simple as mic drop. I have nothing else to say. Today went to 88 cents or whatever the high was. I mean, guys, I called it. And I really hope you guys made good money. If you like this content, you like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will be also posting like beginner trader videos and tips and tricks in the market on how to make money consistently and sustainably. I hope you guys had a solid trading day today. I hope my analysis helps out a lot. And without further ado, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.